about to go book shopping in London. So come with me to go book shopping in London. I'm currently in London right now. You can't tell, I've said it like a bajillion times in this video already. I don't know if this is going to be part of the reading vlog that I'm filming right now, or if it's going to be part of like my book shopping specific London vlog. I don't know yet, but I I'm in a hotel right now. It has a lot of bookshops in the area. I have 2 hours before dinner and I am free roaming the city to go find some bookshops. So we're gonna do as much browsing as I can in the time that I have. I'm gonna do some more tomorrow and then hopefully I don't know if I'm gonna get any in on Monday morning, but we're gonna try our best to do as much as we can in the short amount of time that I have. That is our current plan. I'm gonna walk to most everything possible. So we're just gonna go ahead and get a move on and go to our first bookstore. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll update you when I get there. Okay, I thought I'd pipe in here and let you know that I did stop for a Blank Street matcha, and the blueberry matcha was actually amazing. Then headed over to Daunt Books, which is the really cool bookstore that you always see with the 2 stories in London, and it was beautiful. I browsed around here a little bit before I headed to my next location. Clearly I'm back in my apartment and I have a little bit of an update. As you saw, I went to 3 different bookstores. I went to a Waterstones, the big Waterstones in Piccadilly. I went to the Foyles, and then I also went to Daunt Books in Marylebone. I don't know if that's how you say it. And I got 1 book from each spot. So we're gonna go through the 3 books that I bought in London. I wish I could have bought more, but I just simply didn't have enough space in my luggage. I wish I could have, because the books in London and the UK are so much cheaper. Even when you convert pounds to USD, they're so much cheaper than in the US. So I wish I could have bought a bunch and then taken them home with me. It's not gonna happen, unfortunately. The first book that I bought was Yesteryear by Carol Claire Burke, and I bought this because I like this cover better and I've been hearing really, really good things about it. I bought this from Foyles, and one thing I noticed about the difference between the UK and US editions of books is I feel like the blurbs are shorter and different for the UK editions versus the US editions. I have a comparison here for this book, which I'll get to in a second, but I Who Have Never Known Men, same book, US edition, UK edition. Okay, the blurbs are different. In these, I'm not exactly sure which one's shorter, but they are different. So I'm right in the fact that they are different. I don't know if it's shorter. Back to the original book that I was saying. So I'm going to read you the blurb of it. My name is Natalie Heller Mills, and I was perfect at being alive. Natalie lives a perfect traditional lifestyle, and her followers are sick with envy. Her charming farmhouse on her working ranch is artfully cluttered. Her husband is a handsome cowboy, and her homemade sourdough boils are each more beautiful than the last. So what if there are nannies and producers and industrial grade ovens behind the scenes? What her followers don't know won't hurt them. Then one morning, Natalie wakes up in a strange, horrible version of reality. Her home, her husband, her children are all familiar, but something's off. Is this a hoax, a reality show, a test from God? Natalie knows just two things for sure. This isn't her perfect life, and she must escape by any means possible. As darkly funny as it is shocking and gripping, Yesteryear is an electrifying examination of tradition, fame, faith, and the grand performance of womanhood from a thrilling new talent in fiction. So what I've heard about it is that it's kind of about a trad wife influencer who randomly gets transported back to the 1800s and then lives as if she was a trad wife, like actually. I just find that very interesting. And the cover, the UK cover, absolutely stunning. So that's the first book I bought. The next book I bought was I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. This is the book that I bought at Daunt Books, which is the second bookstore I went to. And it says, for a very long time, the days went by, each just like the day before. Then I began to think that everything changed. Deep underground, 39 women live imprisoned in a cage. Watched over by bodyguards, these women have no memory of how they got there, no notion of time, and only a vague recollection of their lives before. As the burn of electric light merges day into night and numberless years pass, a young girl, the 40th prisoner, sits alone and outcast in the corner. Soon she will show herself to be the key to the others' escape and survival in the strange world that awaits them above. There is a bunch of women who are kept in this like underground bunker, and they have no concept of time, and they're just guarded there and watched. And then we're following our main character, who is one of the daughters, and she's never known the world above. I don't know what happens after that, essentially, but I love the UK cover a lot more than the US cover. So this is the US and then this is the UK. This is my library book edition, but I ended up just buying it because I really like the US or the UK cover a lot better than the US cover. Actually, I forgot to tell you, when I bought this, the girl at the checkout, she was like, oh my god, I love that book. Like normally when I see a book on Instagram, I don't trust it. She was like, I love that book so much and I'm glad I read it and it was a good Instagram recommendation. So those are those two. And then the last book that I bought from the Piccadilly Waterstones is The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. This is a book that I wanted to get in the UK because I love the cover, the UK cover, a lot better than the US cover with the birds on it. The birds are ugly. I'm sorry, I don't like them. This, you're telling me that this isn't the most gorgeous thing ever. Totally a cover buy for me. All I know is that this lady writes letters to people and it kind of tells the story of her life through the letters that she writes. Every morning at around 10:30, Sybil Van Antwerp sits down to write letters to her brothers, to her best friend, to the president of the university who will not allow her to attend a class she desperately wants to take, to her favorite authors to tell them about what she thinks of their latest books. Because at 73, Sybil has used her correspondence full of sharp humor and hard-earned wisdom to make sense of the world. But beyond the page, she has spent the last 30 years keeping the people who love her at arm's length, until letters from someone she had put out of her mind land on her doorstep, forcing her to reckon with her past mistakes. For as Sybil is about to learn, it's never too late to write a few postscripts. And literally, I'm pretty sure this entire book is composed of those letters. Like when you look at it, it looks just like letters. Sorry, it's a little stiff since it's the UK edition. I wanted it in paperback originally, and there have been paperback copies here in France. But when I went to the UK, they were like, it doesn't come out in paperback for another few months. And I was like, I've seen the paperback. I've held the paperback edition in my hands. In France, it's just €24 versus this was £16.99. The hardcover was worth the saving of the money. So I went with this and I'm very excited that I bought it. This is something that I would love to read over the summer in Greece. I have 2 beach vacations coming up in the next month in May, so I'm very excited to read this there on the beach. That's kind of the vibe. Other than that, these are the 3 books that I bought while I was book shopping in London. This might have been a little bit of a shorter situation just because I didn't talk a whole bunch, honestly, but that's okay. I'm so grateful for you for watching. Thank you so much. I hope to see you in another one next Sunday. I love you all. Bye.